Hey everybody, welcome back to Sarah J. Awesome. So this is going to be a quick little video about things that I don't like about my current floor mats and why I decided I need a third pair of floor mats for my Tesla in a year and a half. Yeah. So these are things that I don't like and things that you need to consider when you are purchasing floor mats, because I thought that they weren't an issue at first, and then over time some of these things did become an issue when I used the floor mats more and more in long road trips and, you know, different outfits and different shoes and things like that. Washing them, drying them. So these are things that you need to look for that I am not happy with about my floor mats. I know I said that I wasn't going to review any more products because I got really fed up with things and I had a lot of issues when I used to do reviews. But when this company reached out to me, I made an exception for them, and I am super excited for y'all to see those floor mats when they come in. So I'm really just making this video because I didn't want to include this in that review video that I'm going to do and take away from the spotlight of those gorgeous floor mats that I'm going to get. So hopefully showing y'all these floor mats and the things I don't like will help y'all in making your decision when you purchase them. Okay, so this is the current all-weather mat that I have for the trunk. I was excited when I first got it because it was all-weather, but that's not all that matters. So it doesn't fit or cover the sides over here, which is very important to me. It doesn't hold a lot of liquid. It really wouldn't hold much liquid at all because it's just not a high side over here. So if like something really spilled back in here, it would really just hit the back of my felt seats. It always looks kind of dirty. This is from our luggage wheels. It just really absorbs dust and dirt. So it's like, even though I clean them, they just look scuffed up all the time. They're very, very heavy. Like, this is super heavy rubber, and with all my mats being like this, it really adds a lot of weight to the car, and it also makes it really annoying trying to open this. There's no crease or groove here for opening this compartment, so it makes it really, really heavy to lift up from this tab right here, and it flops over the sides, and then when it flops back down, I mean, it just doesn't really stay in place like it's supposed to. And because it's so heavy, it's kind of hard to get back in place, and it covers this tab, which is the only thing that you have to open the bottom compartment. Okay, I've already taken these mats out of my car and I have the new ones installed. So you're just gonna have to use your imagination here. But this is another major problem that I have with these mats like this. Sorry, that's my dog over there. Heidi. Come here, Heidi. Charlotte. And Heidi. Okay, so whenever we take my car to the airport, we have a lot of luggage. We have a lot of big luggage because there's a lot of people. Now, when you slide this into the trunk, it's fine. And imagine this huge suitcase gets super, super heavy. I mean, I pack it as much as I possibly can. And it's fine to slide it in like this, right? But to get the maximum capacity out of your trunk space for luggage, the best way is to turn them on the side and stack them like this, and you can get a lot more luggage in that way. You can't slide this in like this because it's not on the wheels. It doesn't go anywhere, especially when this thing is like 70 pounds. So basically, rubber or silicone mats are just too grippy for anything to easily slide across them. That's a major problem that I have with rubber and silicone mats. So I'm definitely not going that route again because this is a problem. And this is empty luggage, and I still can't slide on there. So yeah, bless you. You have allergies? I have to give the doggy some Benadryl. And then the one underneath here, it doesn't protect the sides from anything, and it really wouldn't hold any liquid. Basically, the liquid would just, you know, spill over the edges. This is not a very high lip here. See, I have all my notes, everything I hate about these after having them for over a year now. And then the driver's side one, the worst part is that the grooves are just not comfortable on my feet for long car rides. So that's definitely an issue. When I first got them, I was like, yeah, these are fine because I just sat in the car for a second. But when you're in the car for hours, or if you have stilettos on, you cannot wear heels with these deep grooves. These are much deeper than the ones in the trunk. And it's just Basically, stilettos or heels are just a no-go with floor mats like these. Don't even, don't do this to yourself. Like if they have deep grooves like this, don't even get them. And especially with this dip right here, the floorboard actually dips down right here in this area. So this higher part right here gets annoying on your heels after long car rides. The one in the back, my kids have actually complained to me that this is not comfortable on their feet for long drives. They like to take their shoes off if we're in the car for like over an hour and just have their socks on, and they said this is super uncomfortable for their feet. It does look like it catches, you know, a lot of liquid in the back, but if you look in the front, it really wouldn't protect that well from spills. And then the one in the passenger side, again, you see how it kind of dips down a little bit lower right there. So this can be uncomfortable on your heels, and it's still going to do this with other mats, but because of these ridges in between and these grooves, it makes it even worse on the heels in long trips with like flip-flops on, or if you're barefoot, or especially if you have heels on, it's going to be horrible, which I didn't test these with heels until I had them for a while. Another thing that is super annoying about these is whenever I wash them, you know, I can spray them off with a water hose and soap and everything, but when it comes to drying them, you know, these get wet back here and it gets drops of water in here, and it's super annoying trying to dry out all these little areas with a towel when you're at the car wash, because I don't want to put these back in if there's moisture in here, and it's just like I have to wait for them to dry in the sun, and in the wintertime it's, you know, we don't really have a lot of heat and sun to dry them out quickly, so it's just really annoying after I wash them trying to get these dried off properly. I basically have to put them in my trunk and then come home and put them outside and let them dry before I put them back on the carpet. And then the one in the front actually doesn't fit properly. My trunk is fitted for the heat pump, even though I don't actually have the heat pump. And so this is actually not the correct front mat. So I'll be happy to get rid of that. So let's get rid of all these. Goodbye. I'm gonna go ahead and pull all of these out. This one is super heavy back here. I'm gonna try to fold it over because when I take it out, it just spills dirt everywhere all over the felt, and it's super important that you have something that protects the edges, because when you vacuum this felt type liner over and over again, it gets picked very, very easily. I would almost prefer the original carpet type flooring for the car instead of this felt material. It's really pretty at first, but then it just gets picked really easily. So definitely make sure you have something that kind of covers the sides a little bit, mainly in the cabin. So like right here, this part of your car is gonna get so dirty with hair and dirt and everything else. So very important to get something that protects the sides. I hope this video was helpful to you and you kind of know the things to look out for, things that I didn't realize were an issue until I had the mats for quite a while. I mean, when I first unboxed my floor mats that I have now, I didn't have stilettos on when I was reviewing them, so I didn't realize that that was going to be a major issue. And you know, I also didn't have kids that were barefoot in the back seat for 3 hours on a car drive, so you know, I didn't know that was going to be a factor with comfort. I didn't wash them as soon as I got them, so I didn't know that drying was going to be an issue, things like that. So I hope that this helps y'all kind of make that decision and know what things are really important in your floor mats and what you really just need to spend the extra money on and get the first time around. I really messed up the edges of my floorboards because I went cheap the first time, and I spilled coffee in my car when I first got my car, so that was pretty bad. It went right through my carpet floor mats that I had, and that was a freaking nightmare getting the coffee out and the smell out. Lots of things to consider. Let me know if y'all have any questions. I'm happy to help, happy to give any kind of advice that I can on floor mats. Y'all have a good week, and I'll see y'all next time.